what we need to do is recap it, and that's all of these black caps here, all going to have to be replaced. So there are a couple of kits that I use, one from Scythe, which is the normal electrolytic capacitors, and then the ones from Retro 6, which are SMD capacitors. We're going to go with the SMD just because I find it slightly easier, and because I'm not going to be using the original screen, the values don't matter too much. If you're going to use the original screen, I recommend using the electrolytes. Okay, so we've got it all recapped. Just going to plug game in, add some power and see how we are looking. So screen, still knackered. Alright, so to remove the screen, we are going to need to take off the fluorescent tube with also the reflective housing, and we're also going to, there's a couple of fuses just underneath. I'm also going to remove those, and then we're also going to remove this piece over here, and I might just remove this whole area as well just to tidy it up. Okay. And one thing I don't do, don't like to do, is to put one through this hole. It just feels like it's too close to the screen, and it's attached in there quite nicely without having to do that. I need that. Smooth. going to come up and over. And that is going to go into pin 2 over here. Come straight down. It should be nicely in line with pin number 1 of the actual board. So we've got pin 1 here. So these first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are dead. A little bit of that down. A tiny bit on here. That's the first lot down. Just solder that across like so. And then we do need to go underneath and get that one, which would be easier without the screen there. And perhaps do it the other way around next time. Okay, this will go in line with a couple of points, which I believe are the M1 and sorry, M11 and M10. And flux there. M11, drop down, M10, drop down, and then just fold over. Okay, we've got life, full screen, we haven't got the brightness, but we'll add that now. And then I believe it's going to go here. Okay, now what we need to do is get our touch sensor module wired in. So we've got ground, IO and VCC. So we're going to take 5 volts from 5 volts connector here. Ground will take from the ground, which is the third one down here, and then the on-off or the IO that goes to the spare connector just here. Just going to add a tiny bit more flux to the points that I'm going to reuse. And let's do orange as the connector. Red for 5 volts. to grey for ground. The 5 volts burst, so VCC. Okay, so the menu's not there. Potentially means that worked. Yeah. So when we turn this on, we can see that the screen comes all the way up past the edges. So what we need to do, I've got some scribing tape here, and I'm just using this for example. I'm going to do it on a black shell. Is we take some scribing tape, and I think you can use like the name tag stuff as well, or anything that's solid. Sellotape won't cut it. And just create a straight edge. To where the side of that screen is. So. And then do the same across all 4 sides. I have one of these tools which it's a scribing pen. You can buy these quite cheap off of Amazon. I use it for my model building, like Gunpla and some transformers and stuff. And you take the pen once you've got it across all 4 sides and you go along the line. I might show this in another video, but I'm not going to do it for this video. And scribe along, and you just keep going, and you will eventually just get through to the other side. So let's see how we do that, and I'll show you it in the black shell. Okay, so we're back, and what we're going to do now is put it all together. Just wanted to run through with you the bits that I'm going to be using to make this the ultimate Game Gear for 2023. So we've got the BennVenn GGHD installed onto the Game Gear. Going to be using a Mathis or Scythe power board. Going to be using nice LiPo battery, and then a stereo soundboard. Along with these 2 speakers, and these are slightly different to the ones you'd usually see. These are again from Scythe, and these are higher fidelity, I suppose, speakers. Supposed to punch a bit more sound, so let's see how that goes into this new Retro 6 shell, which has got the stereo speakers put in there. And as you can see on the inside, well, actually what you can see is I've actually cut along the edges here so that when this is on, it's going to be a bigger screen and it won't cut any of that screen off. So I will stop talking, I'll put it together in a nice little montage. Right, I'm back. It's been a couple of days since building this. I wanted to play it, get used to it, and just want to run over some of the things I found and the features. So first of all, the integer scaled is beautiful. So the screen itself, really bright. It's going to be hard to show the brightness on the screen because cameras play funny tricks, but that is really bright.
Here's the new HD screen with an overlay of the original revision 1. And if we zoom in, we can see just how many pixels there are compared to the original screen.
Then we've got the on-screen display. Really enjoying this. You've got scanline modes, scaling modes, output for IPS or HDMI, and then you've also got a save function. So if there's a particular way that you like it, you can save it, so the next time you turn it off and you turn it back on, that's not going to change. The other features that are coming is you're going to have the X and Y axis, so you can move it, the screen itself. So if you have cut off more one side than you need it to than the other, you will be able to move the screen across. And Ben's going to do all of that, and I believe he's going to try and release this at around $70 for the new revision. So this is the revision 2. He made 100 of these, sent these out. We've been using them, installing them, running them to death, and he's taken a lot of feedback, and he's going to put some new features into the new revision, which is going to look a lot more like the original that we're used to. The other thing that we did on this was put the stereo speakers in, and it is extremely loud. It is a beautiful Game Gear, and I would recommend doing both of these installs. So stereo speakers, GGHD, perfect Game Gear. Even better still, I can still use my old man magnifying glass, and it's, even with the extended screen, still fits perfectly, and I can see everything that's going on. As to not hurt my old man eyes. Right, I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, don't.